looking at how the left manipulates children, like the depths of their evil and ghoulish behavior, there's no floor, as I say. Like there used to be this understanding that whatever your political differences, it was like, leave the kids out of it, right? If you're an adult, you're fair game. Leave the kids out of it. Don't bring them into this nonsense. Don't use them as political pawns. And for many years now, they've just been using children as political pawns. They've just been resorting to, they're like, no, we're going to do that. The ends justifies the means. It's okay if we ruin their innocence. It's okay if I could go down the line of the last, better part of a decade. No, it's okay if we mutilate and sterilize them. It's fine. It's all the ends justifies the means. It's all on behalf of our agenda, but it's not stopping. And it's not just the LGBTQ ideology. It's literally like every single ideology, every single platform that they have on every single issue. They're just trying to groom children. They're trying to groom children to do all sorts of things, including trying to convince them to protest ICE. For some reason, children should be very upset that the Trump administration is trying to remove illegal criminals from our cities. Now, don't waste your time or your brain power trying to make out why that is. But let me just give you this headline here. Scathing report reveals Antifa-linked organization passing out material to K through 12 students. Political revolution. And of course, you're going to be shocked to hear this. Hope you're sitting down. This was a document created by a group with ties to George Soros as well. Now, this was obtained by a group called Defending Education. It's a 25-page document, and it focuses on mobilizing youth against what it describes as a regime. It's a regime and a system captured by billionaires. Now, far be it from me to point out the hypocrisy of this being funded by George Soros, of all people. But when it's billionaires that we don't agree with, it's bad. And when it's billionaires that we do agree with, it's good. And when it's billionaires we don't agree with, it's dark money. And when it's billionaires we do agree with, it's just a generous political donation. System captured by billionaires urges students to walk out of classrooms and boycott businesses to try to prove that the country cannot function without their cooperation. I don't understand. The country can't function if we walk out of our classrooms. I don't think the country does need you to not be retarded. They do need you to be educated, but I'm not sure that that's proving the point that you think it is. Now, sadly, that's not the headline I just showed you. That was not an isolated incident. We've got another one here. Far left activists radicalizing high school kids to take on ICE as young suspects in agent attack pictured. This is Dare to Struggle SoCal, Southern California. Oh, they know so much about struggling. They are urging children to skip class and rebel against agents across major West Coast cities. Now, it is compelling. It's my friend Stu Burgier, who's a Blaze TV host, my colleague, host of Stu Does America, he always talks about this. And he's like, the kids just leave class and protest because they get to not learn. They just want to leave school and they don't really care. And the leftist organizations know that. And so that is where the manipulation comes in. They manipulate these kids and they're like, hey, want to skip school for a good cause? Oh, you want to learn more? Okay, now is where we really have you because you really already don't want to be at school. You will very easily be manipulated into being anywhere else but, especially if it's with the cool crowd. Especially if a bunch of peer pressure happens. So now you have all of these kids going out, leaving school, which, by the way, I don't even get me started on the safety issues that there are. I expect when I drop my kid off that my kid is going to stay at school, that my kid is going to be accounted for. And I'm going to pick my kid up. Nothing, they're not going to leave, come back. None of that is going to happen. You guys are going to keep my kids the entire time. And the schools are like, hey, if they walk out, we can't stop them. Like, legally, we are not allowed to physically stop them. So wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I guess, kids, you're just we can't stop you. Oh, please don't leave. And so now you have these children going out, leaving school, acting like little, leftist maniacs.
Are you a teacher here? Let's go. Have these parents been notified?
Yes,
they have. Yep. Did your parents give you permission to protest?
Yeah. Brown and proud. Mind you, that was the school principal. That it was worse than being a teacher. That was the school principal. That was the person who's in charge of the teachers who are in charge of teaching your students. Now, first of all, as a parent, it's like, okay, this doesn't need to be school sponsored. This doesn't need to be on taxpayer time, right? The school principal is there. It's clearly school sponsored. That's not a thing that you need to be doing. If the parents want to pull the kids out and let them go participate in this dumb little protest where they're like simping for criminals, okay, let the parent do that. Let the parent do that. Let the parent take off work. Let the parent do that on their own time and their own dime, but not on taxpayer dollars. Secondly, I very much worry about that generation that we're still pretending like the color of your skin has anything to do with this. Like, brown and proud. I mean, I'm a little pale right now, but when I have a good tan, I do look more brown than, other days. And it has nothing to do with my legal status in the country. I don't understand how these people are making these kids they lack the critical thinking skills to actually think that through. Just a very, very quick A to B. And they can't even brown and proud. These people are here illegally. That is the problem. The problem has nothing to do with the color of your skin, kids. Now, some of these kids are even going so far as to assault officers. There was an ICE worker who was hit by a rock and rushed to the hospital when officers faced off against up to 500 teenagers outside Los Angeles Metropolitan Detention Center. And some kids in Washington clashed with officers. Now, they allegedly assaulted an officer. What are we teaching our children? What are the ramifications of what we are teaching our children in this moment right here? Assaulting literally anyone is already, you're a loser. Your kid's going to grow up to be a loser. They don't stand a chance. Assaulting a police officer on top of that takes it to a whole new level. These kids need to learn some freaking respect. This is disgraceful. All of the parents should be. If my kid did that, oh my gosh. If I heard that my kid did that to anyone, let alone a police officer, I would take him to the prison to be arrested. They wouldn't need to, I'd be like, I got you. And trust me when I tell you, he'd probably rather be in the back of your cop car than in my car on the way. This is really troubling stuff. And it's all taxpayer sponsored. It's all school sponsored, letting the kiddos out into the streets to go protest. Oh, we're not teaching you reading, writing, or arithmetic. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you expect that the children can read by the time that they graduate? Might not happen. But do you know what we are going to teach them? To assault police officers for enforcing the law. Yeah, that's what they're going to learn in public schools. Now, I would like to play. It's interesting. With this Washington clash with these police officers. They're real tough. They are real tough, these kids, until they get placed under arrest. And suddenly things change. I want my mommy. Oh, somebody want their mommy. Maybe she should have thought about that before she committed violence against law enforcement. Oh, now, again, I tell you, The problem is the taxpayer funding. The problem is that you are paying for that. You're paying for these things to happen. And teachers and teachers' unions are also forcing this. They're actually telling people that these protests that sometimes turn violent on police officers are actually required.
So when Florida students are confronted with videos of ICE raids, of families being torn apart, and of Americans being murdered for using their constitutional rights, they respond. They organize. They speak out. And they do what American students have always done in moments of injustice. They stand together and demand safety for their peers, their families, and themselves. And that response, while framed by some politicians as radical, is rather reasonable. It's rational. And in a moment like this, it is required.
Get your kids the hell out of public school. Get your kids the hell out of public school. I know, I get it. I get emails all the time. It's like, well, but let me explain to you why I have an extenuating circumstance. It isn't going to be convenient. Please get your kids out of public schools if you don't want them to turn into mini little commies. Because these teachers that belong to these teachers' unions that you just heard right there are going around teaching your children that it is actually their duty. It's their duty to go out to the streets and protest ICE enforcing the law. Now, that's not how they frame it completely dishonestly. They frame it completely dishonestly. I mean, you just heard him. He's like, or I say him. I'm not even actually sure which gender that person was. Looked like a dude. But he's framing it as like, oh, well, this is a human rights issue. And of course, in this moment, you're required to take to the streets for civil rights. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I feel reasonably confident saying that that's a dude, but also the dude, is that a dude behind him? In the black with the short hair? I have some questions about what's going on in the Florida teachers unions. Actually, I don't have some questions. Those are probably females now that I'm thinking about it. But like, these people are trying to manipulate your child into thinking that this is a huge civil rights violation. This is the new civil rights movement. We are going to take to the streets to protect your neighbors. It's just your neighbors. It's your neighbors. It could be you next time. That's what they're trying to train these little minds to think. And of course, despite the fact that this is what the left has been reduced to, that the left now has decided for the last decade, we're coming after your kids. We're going for the kids. This is not an adult conversation anymore. We're going for your kids. The younger, the better. They have decided that for the better part of a decade. And despite them doing that, they still, if there's any mention of like loving your country, less government, lower taxes, if there's any mention of any of that, big government sucks around kids, if you dare mention conservative politics around kids, the left just loses their ever-loving minds. Let me give you this one. Maryland woman says TPUSA high school event raised serious concerns, says Child Protective Services was notified. So the left can take your child out of school without your consent, send them into the streets, which is, of course, risking their safety, tell them that this is some civil rights issue, get them all drummed up, violate all sorts of, parental rights that you have to raise your child the way that you see fit. And the moment that a high school puts on a TPUSA event to try to teach your children to love this country, CPS is notified. These are not serious people. These are not good people, actually. I guess I'd like to believe that some of them are redeemable. Most of them are not. These are irredeemable people. And this indoctrination, you can tell, has gone too far because we see time and time again all of these leftists committing mass shootings. We see what all of this hatred, what all of this division, what all of this inflammatory rhetoric is doing. And they really don't, they don't want to fix the problem. In fact, I would argue that they want to actually ramp it up, make it worse. And unfortunately, it's producing people like this.
Why? Are you threatening me? Why should I be scared if my family's gonna die?
You bitches.
What'd you say?
I said what I said, bitch. You deaf, you might want to rehear the video. Learn how to use your ears, bitch. You look deaf and
I just wanted to confirm it, so I made sure I heard what I was saying.
guns, we would have shot your dumbass.
That's what the left has done to this country. That is a direct result of leftist rhetoric. I hope that they're proud. I hope that they're proud that their legacy that they will leave to this country is deciding to convince young people that they should kill over politics. I hope that they're proud. Now, I will, let me leave you with this. It's not as alarming, but still just really, really sad. Really sad. I saw this video on my Instagram feed, and it was clearly meant to be this harmless, fun video. This guy is offering a Girl Scout who is trying to sell her Girl Scout cookies, which, guys, I understand. They're very yummy. They're very toxic. Please don't buy them. I'm sorry if you have a Girl Scout. I'm sorry. Look at the ingredients. They're not good for you, okay? My Maha brain is like, please don't buy them. But the man was actually solving both problems because this Girl Scout was she was trying to get people to buy her cookies. And he's like, I'll do you one better. I will give you $500 if you can answer my little pop quiz, my riddle.
Girl Scout, come here, miss. I will do this. I'll give you a better blessing. I just want to ask her one question. If she could get it right, we were $500.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. What is sticky? You can peel it, but you can't eat it.
Tape.
I'll give you one more chance. Sticky, you can peel it, but you can't eat it. That was close, though.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Don't. You were so close.
It's so much pressure.
You were so close. What you got? Sticky. You can peel it, but you can't eat it. And you were so close.
I'm saying wallpaper. I don't know.
Wallpaper. I
No,
guess.
I'm gonna give you 100 for trying. Okay?
Thank you.
But it's a sticker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Sticker Mule.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Sticker Mule?
Yes, we're from Sticker Mule.
Oh yeah, you get stickers from here?
Wait, you're from Sticker Mule?
Yeah, they're my peoples. Yeah.
All right, you know your people support Trump, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Give him back his $100. Thanks anyway.
Okay, God bless, bro.
Yep.
I hope that was staged. I don't think it was staged. I wish that it was. He just gave your daughter $100 and he's like, ew, orange man bad. Ew. Like you could hear, that guy needs his T levels checked. I could already tell by the sound of his voice exactly what type of beta he is.